This is a difficult video for me because this is the first time I'm doing a video without concealer or foundation, because I actually wanted to share with you guys the results of my tried and tested skincare regimen thanks to Dr. Dray and Dr. Shireen Idriss. I'm a trained makeup artist, but when it comes to skincare, I've just not been able to, stick to a regimen or, to just be regular with it. And recently I started watching a lot of videos from Dr. Dray and Dr. Shireen Idriss and really got into the science of skincare. And I think the thing that attracted me the most towards these two dermatologists is that their idea of skincare was not like the latest trending product or any like miracle solutions, but really it was to figure out what the main concerns are for one's skin and just do something that you can do on a regular basis. So what I did was I literally got a pen and paper, went through tons and tons and tons of videos, put down what my main skin concerns were. So first of all, I have oily skin, like you could fry an egg on my face kind of oily skin. I also have hyperpigmentation, like you can see a little bit here. This has improved. So this is like me after using months of the skincare that I'm going to share with you. I also have hyperpigmentation around, my mouth, this area. Definitely you can see like, the marks that used to be here were much more prominent before, on the other side as well. It's not usually very bad because it almost gives me like a natural contour, but it was pigmentation. And then, also like under eyes, if you can see, my skin is much thinner and also there is pigmentation. I have sunken eyes. I can't really do anything about it in terms of skincare. Then I have pigmentation around here as well. And then I also have large pores. Again, this is significantly improved since I started using this regimen. But I had large pores here on my nose as well. I also had some, like clogged pores on my nose. And, again, like some major pores here. And then I would always get acne around here, especially that time of the month. So I knew these were my main, and also overall, like my complexion was dull and uneven. So those were like the main things that I wrote down for myself. And then I built a skin regimen. So there are some things that I use every single day. And then I have an AM routine, which is for the morning, and 2 different PM routines, which I alternate. That's partly because, you can't really use all the ingredients together, but it's also because, I didn't want to put on too much in one go. I'll start with the night PM routine first. I use the CeraVe foaming cleanser to wash my face, take off whatever has, like pollution or makeup or anything that is on my face. And then I go in with the Bioderma Sensibio. This is one of the most popular micellar waters. This is a little bit more expensive, but honestly, it is worth it. There are so many different options for micellar water out in the market. But genuinely, if you do have access to this one, use this one. It really is a game changer. I know a lot of people use the micellar water before they use the cleanser. For me, I just use it the other way around because I feel like with mascara and stuff, it's easier to remove most of it with the cleanser and then go in with the Sensibio to take off whatever residual is left. Moving on to the skincare products. So my first, like my day 1 PM is basically to target unevenness, to target hyperpigmentation, any texture issues on the skin, and also to boost the skin, to let it rejuvenate, to increase collagen production, and also anti-aging, to reduce touch wood, I don't really have so much wrinkles right now, but I want to, I am in my 30s and I do want to prevent as much as possible. So what I start off with is I use the caffeine 5% solution by The Ordinary, and I apply it mostly to this part of my face, and I apply like a tiny bit on my forehead, and then around the mouth as well. I use it to form a protective barrier on my skin, And also because the caffeine and the EGCG in this help, help with the circulation in these areas. They also help brighten the areas. So that's the first step that I use. The second step I use is something that has been a bit of a life changer, which is the Cran Active Retinoid 2% Emulsion by The Ordinary again. One thing in most of my skincare products is that they are affordable and very easily accessible. I didn't want to start off with the La Mers of the world and then end up in a situation where I'm not using it or using the products. And also I think like most of the dermatologists that I have watched, they always seem to suggest that anything over $30 or £30 is really like overcharging for the ingredients, because you will get excellent ingredients in less than that price as well. So I use the retinoid, the Cran Active Retinoid 2% Emulsion. You have to keep it in the fridge, and I use it every other day, and I really just apply it here and this side, and then on my forehead, and then I go over the smile lines as well. I don't really put it here because that's what I think one thing that Dr. Idriss really focuses on, like not to put so much here, and then whatever is left on my hand, really like that, I'll put on the rest of my face and on my neck as well. And this is something that really gives you that it just makes your skin look much fresher. With retinoid, like I've been using these things for about 2-ish months now. With retinoid, the effect was slow to see, so it took me at least like a month-ish before I could see the effect of it. With some of the other stuff that I'm going to share now, the effect was pretty quick to see. And then once I've used these two, then I go in with this glycerine and rose water by Boots. This is a toner, but because I have oily skin, I use it as a moisturizer as well. It has a really nice refreshing rose water scent, which I like. And again, it's really basic glycerine and rose water. You don't have to get this one in particular. You can even make up a mixture at home. It's something that our grandmoms have used and our moms have used, and when they say life comes full circle, I'm using this now, and after using many very expensive moisturizers, this is something that I actually really enjoy, and I can see the effects on my skin. So that was my day 1 nighttime routine. So that I do every other day, and in the days I'm not doing that one, I will still go in. So I'll use my cleanser and the Bioderma, and then I'll go in with the Pixie Woo Glow Tonic, which is a 5% glycolic acid exfoliating toner. Again, instant brightness after the first few uses on the skin. So the glycolic acid really helps with cell turnover, but also it really helps with the brightness of the skin. And then I will go in with the caffeine solution again, same area that I mentioned before. And then this product by The Ordinary, which is the ascorbic acid 8% and alpha arbutin 2%. This really helped with uneven skin tone and brightness overall, to the extent that there were days when I was waking up and looking at myself in the mirror and I was like, oh wow, you look like the skin looks so good and plump and bright and all of that. And I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on. And then I was like, yeah, okay, I used this in the night. Unfortunately, The Ordinary has now discontinued this as a solution, which is a shame. I still have some to go, which I'm really protective of now. They do have it separately still. They have an ascorbic acid in different concentrations, and they also have an alpha arbutin 2% with hyaluronic acid. I'm still researching as to what I should replace this with when this eventually finishes, but I will let you know when I find out what is a perfect replacement, because I really love this product. And Ordinary, if you are listening, please bring it back. Okay, so then coming to the morning routine, it's the same every single day. Listening to Dr. Shireen and Dr. Dray, I stopped washing my face in the morning. I only really wash it with water now. I do have very oily skin, so sometimes my nose will be really oily when I wake up in the morning. So I will use like a dot of the cleanser and then just use that to clean my face a little bit, just to make it feel clean. And then obviously I'll use the micellar water just around the eyes if there is any makeup from left, I use a lot of kohl, so sometimes I still have some residual kohl in my eyes from the previous day, so I'll take that off. Then I use this eye cream from Caudalie. This is, again, you know, I think this is like the most expensive piece of skincare I have, skincare I have, but really, you know, it's just so good. And it has this metal tip, so basically, you know, like you have this thing here where you can get the product out, and then you just glide it on top with this, and it just really helps with depuffing in the morning, and just really helps your skin absorb the moisturizer. I follow that up with everybody's favorite magic ingredient, niacinamide. I know the internet is divided over it at the moment, but personally, as somebody with oily skin and with pores, and somebody, you know, where the makeup just kept melting off the face during the day because of oiliness, niacinamide is a game changer. And I use the ordinary niacinamide 10% plus zinc 1%. Genuinely, I apply this under my makeup and makeup doesn't budge. It's like I almost don't have oily skin anymore. The appearance of pores goes smaller. I really genuinely do love it. And then coming to possibly, you know, the most cliched, most over talked about product, but yet the most essential, is sunscreen. So I use the La Roche-Posay 50%, 50 SPF, 50 plus SPF. This is the invisible fluid one, which is meant for oily skin. It's not completely matte, at least not on my skin, it isn't, but using the niacinamide before I use it does help. I'll be honest, for a long time I used to avoid using sunscreen because it would leave my face feeling like an oil slick, but using it in combination does help, and that's the only reason, honestly, where I've been more regular. The other thing is that, you know, in my nighttime regime, I'm using the retinoid and the vitamin C, and honestly, if you are not using sunscreen the day after or the morning after you've used those two ingredients, then you're doing more damage to your skin than benefit. So, you know, I know everybody keeps on talking about it, but really use SPF. And, you know, then I will, in the morning, then I just follow up. I'll just let these things sit on my skin for a little while and absorb for like 10-15 minutes. And then I'll go in with my makeup. But honestly, the amount of makeup that I've had to use has just reduced so dramatically in terms of concealer and foundation. I am now actually quite comfortable stepping out of the house without either of those two. There are still days where I'm not, but honestly speaking, like, I've seen a huge difference in the pigmentation, especially in the overall unevenness improving, and also, you know, with the dark circles. Having said that, you know, I know a lot of people suffer from dark circles and will invest very heavily into very expensive creams and everything, but with dark circles, skincare will only help the upper skin. You still need 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep. You still need water. You still need to eat well, not just for dark circles, but for skin generally. I feel like I've had less sugar in the last few months. I have also, you know, I don't drink, so that also helps my skin. And also, I feel like eating more vegetables and fruits. Like, I've made sure that I started having something with vitamin C every day or every other day, and I think that really helps as well. Let me know what you think of the regimen. You know, do you follow either Dr. Dray or Dr. Shireen Idriss? Do you feel like, you know, there are any particular products that you have used? If you have similar skin concerns to me that have helped you, do list them out below and help a sister out. If you've done something and it has not worked or has gone horribly wrong, do share that as well. I learned so much from reading the comments and seeing people's experiences under the videos of Dr. Dray and Dr. Shireen. So, you know, if you have something to share, please do, so other people who can read those comments will benefit as well. I will see you soon in another beauty, health, skincare type video. If you are watching till now and if you did enjoy this video, please give us a thumbs up. Likes really do help get our voice across to more and more people. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.